Hi everybody, how are y'all doing? Welcome to Angelic Elevation Tarot. You can also find me on YouTube as well as Angelic Elevation Tarot. So we're just going to pull some cards to see what advice, universe, spirit, and guides, and your angels. Let's see what messages they have for you today. Messages from the universe, please, for the collective. What advice do you have for them? What do you want them to know? Two more for the collective. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the Messenger, bringing harmony and balance. So at this time you guys could have a strong desire in your life just to feel like things are going right? Just to feel like you don't want any more conflict. You don't want personal struggles. Like, you just want to feel like you have things together and in order. And I just want to let you know, just because it doesn't feel like you do, or just because it feels like things are going wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean you don't have your life in order. It just means Spirit could be trying to teach you something. So use that fuel as motivation and power. Don't allow it to knock you back down or feel like, you know, you're in a bad place in your life, because you're not. You're just learning. So perspective, none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Yeah, like use certain times and situations to kind of like reset. Honestly, like ask yourself, like, what is this trying to teach me? Don't let it make you feel like you've lost a power, or that your life isn't going in the way that you envision for yourself. You know, perfection doesn't exist, right? So none of this matters. Even when it feels like you're having a shitty day, just remember it's a shitty day, or it's a bad experience, or it was a bad relationship. It's not a bad life. It's just something that you're going through right now. But ask yourself constantly, whenever something is like really going on in your life that is causing you like a lot of pain, ask yourself, like, what is this trying to teach me? Even for the things that like anger you or upset you, like, or even fights you have with people that you love or like yourself, just say, what is this trying to teach me? And I promise, like, just having a change of perspective is really like everything. It'll change your whole outlook and the way we deal with situations moving forward. So look for that common ground, look for that balance, and take the lesson for what it is and keep going. You know, what's the next thing on the list? Like, keep going. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. You could be dealing with a situation where you are not speaking, or you're in conflict with someone that you love. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic partnership, even though it can be. Ask yourself, again, the same thing we said with the first card, like ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Because that's what those karmic relationships are there for. It's to teach you a huge lesson about yourself and about what you need and don't need as you move forward in your personal life. Also, sometimes it's kind of like, I don't know, sometimes it's a lesson from the universe. I hate to say it like that, but sometimes that's what it is. It's like the universe trying to teach you something, and they send it in the form of a person sometimes. So, yeah. Question yourself, you know, it goes back to perspective. Like, ask yourself, what is this relationship trying to teach me? You know, and grow from it. Try to find a solution if this is someone worth having. If the relationship brings you happiness, but maybe you guys are just going through something, like, you know, you got to use discernment to see if it's even worth it. But if this is a good person in your life, a good motivation, a positive influence, then, you know, find that resolution between you guys and deal with the conflict and handle it and find a good solution that makes both parties happy. But at the same time, sometimes the lesson we have to learn in a relationship also is like letting go. Doesn't mean you have to let go forever, but sometimes you can let go for a season or two, so you can see if this is someone that you really need, or if this was really meant to be. So everyone's situation will be different, I know. So you have to use discernment with that one. We have the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, listening, softening to love. So this is the second card we have out of 3 that talks about conflict. So I feel heavily like you guys are going through something specific with somebody. This could also be like a friend or a family member, a coworker, or yourself. But I feel like you're holding on to a lot of like passion and possible anger. You know, like there's something that's paining you on the inside for whatever reason, or there's someone that's like bringing that side out of you. So it's really like I keep getting the theme of resolutions. And once those resolutions are found, whether that resolution is saying to let go or hold on to a specific something or someone, you have to see what is best for your specific situation, and that'll lead you to whatever outcome you're supposed to have with this. But all this pain is just not doing it, because it's gonna change you. And it's also causing a lot of anger. Like I don't know, you don't want to lose the person that you are by dealing with this or having all this pain in your heart. So you have something that you need to release so you can bring the harmony and the balance and the happy energy that you're supposed to have in your life. Because it's not supposed to be just pain all the time. And then under these, I just pulled this from the bottom of the deck. And then under that card, we had the void. So I feel like there's something you feel like you're missing in life. And I feel like it's hard for you to pinpoint what that is. So sometimes in these situations, we have to go back to childhood wounds or past relationships or hurt that may have been brought up by parents. You know, I know it's getting deep, you guys. But sometimes we have to look at those situations just so we can find like a reasoning for why we are how we are today when it comes to love or how we deal with community or people at work. Like, we have to figure out the root of the problem, not just cover up the wound, but it's like really get like to the deep, deep, deep parts of it so you know how to heal it correctly. You know, therapy can help a lot with that, or just kind of like taking the time to understand yourself and making your own like parallels and your own like resolutions and revelations. But you have to figure out, the void. And when you start from the beginning, like you'll figure out why you are how you are today. And it's never like a bad thing, It happens when it's supposed to. But don't do yourself a disservice by never finding this out. Like, stuff like this is important because it allows us to learn more about us. And when we know ourselves, like, we know the best direction to take, and it provides us like with a better tools, I guess, to like heal certain spots that we've always needed to heal. But I love you guys. I hope this provided a message that you needed to hear. And I will see you again soon. Love you.